Alright, welcome to part 2 of the Starscream Masterpiece 11 review. Come by. Beep. Children, don't watch this. Old people, Republicans. Hypocritical shit for brains. No, I'm be gone with you. Yeah, Republicans are just dumb as fuck. So, they're idiots. Morally. Let's see, so, some of the questions that I get is, can you stick this on that? And yeah. So I put the crown and the cape on the US version of Starscream. And since the back attachment point is the same mold, so it fits well. And the crown, it's a little bit loose, and I'll explain why. The US version, at least the one released in Japan, came with a stand. And, yeah. Extra missiles. I think this is probably the best way to display this, with the paint job on the figure, the crown, the stand, the extra missiles, the combination of accessories. I think is probably the best way. But that being said, I'm thinking a third party has some business opportunities, whether it's offering owners of this to buy the cape and the crown, or owners of the MP-11 the ability to buy the stand. But yeah, this is going to be expensive. I think the cape and the crown is the best way to go. People who buy this thing are going to have to spend a lot. Unless it's re-released in the US, then you got the whole shebang. A couple of good points about the MP-11. The head is more movie accurate. The side vents do collapse, allowing for the transformation, because the head has to pass through that little channel there. The chest, the missiles have been painted up. These missiles on mine were not. I don't know if they were painted on other figures. Of course, the heels are great. And the tolerance issues. I think that's probably the best thing about the MP-11. The transformation seems a lot easier. I think a lot of the stickiness issues with this, and some of the tabs and alignment issues on this guy, that was troublesome. Parts didn't want to align themselves, and the transformation had a few gaps sometimes. It was, pieces fell off, and there are some problems with this one, but they seem to solve them in this one, although it was a trade-off. Good points about the MP-11. Yeah. Let's show them in alt mode, and I think the biggest thing is probably the paint, which I'll probably talk about a lot, and accessories and stuff like that. But alright, alt mode time. This is how they look in alt mode. This is MP-11, and this is the US version MP. And yeah, let's rotate them around here. And you're going to see some differences. Paint, of course, applications are, I guess, the most evident. Of course, all this green on there, and that's, you know, the color of hope. That's that color. Fans and stuff like that. Not really sure what that is. Some dirt or crap. Yeah. This thing isn't even done. It's just so basic. It's almost. It reminds me of the classics. Just the straight classics. Starscream. Let's see, nose cones. Oh, at least this one's silvered up. This one is nothing. So, do get a little bonus there, but what's the crown here? Nothing on the actual. I don't know. And another huge difference. Of course, the sides here. This has the side panels there covering up the arms. This one's got nothing. Also, MP-11, no stand. This is the stand from the other Starscream. But yeah. So if you have him in plane mode, if you want to display him in plane mode, you're just gonna have to do him, straight on the floor there. There's no stand for him unless you have another masterpiece and you put him in that stand. Yeah, the whole side of the arms are not covered up. The legs are somewhat covered up. Let's flip them over and look at them from the underside and see. There's a lot of similarities in the transformation, which makes it pretty easy to do if you already have one of these guys. But it also helps demonstrate a lot of the differences. So the hands are the same. They transform the same way. The null rays on the arms. Why can't you take them off? Why do they need to be stuck on his arm? I don't know. He doesn't come with extra null rays like the other one does, so that's kind of shitty. The back here, see this whole, there's nothing covering that. Like that, no panel lining. The paint is shit on that. Yeah, the feet, they are, kind of smooth along that, but here we got this squarish kind of foot assemblage, just kind of a little bit, I don't know, say little, but this is a lot smoother and, I guess, streamlined. All the whole paneling on there's just, this is really squarish, and there's no panel lining at all. Now you're gonna spend a couple hundred, I don't know how much you're gonna spend on that, so that you can take it home and then do the panel lines on it and then display it. Is that what you're gonna do? basically, I'm thinking they're getting cheaper and cheaper, and with the actual design and the time they spend making the figures. Nothing here, a lot of stuff there, and they're charging more and more. So yeah, they're kind of fucking people over. Which kind of sucks, but I guess they don't really care. I don't know. I guess since the movie's done and over with, I guess they'll just, you know, throw out whatever they want and hope that we buy it. Final thoughts on this guy. If you're able to get this version, I would say this is a lot. Unless you really need the cape. I don't know where you're going to carry the cape. You're going to have to, or you'll have to just keep them displayed in alt mode with the cape and the crown, and so it's something to consider. Where are you going to keep this big ass fucking? And I mean, the cape, I think, is pretty much the whole reason to buy this thing. So, yeah, you just have to keep him in that alt mode. Was he a lot better? No, I don't know. The bad point. This guy doesn't have a back heel. This one did have the back heel. It flipped up into his afterburners there. A lot better painting on this one. Shitty ass, very simplistic painting. Size wise, I think they're pretty much identical. And weaponry, I think this guy, he's got extra different types of missiles. So. Well, the choice is up to you. Do you think the MP-11 is worth it? After how many molds of this guy? 5 molds. We got this one. We got the Starscream, Thundercracker, the Sky Warp, the US the US version, Starscream, Ghost Starscream, and now this one. But this one's, the mold is actually a little bit different. Yeah. I don't know. I picked it up for about $100, and I'm okay with it. But you know, they could have done a lot better. All right. Well, I think that's gonna be it for this review. Leave your comments if I allow comments. I don't know. Maybe I'll just not allow comments. Because there's always the dumbasses who fucking are dumbasses. So, if you see any dumbass comments, please comment on their stupidity. Alright, guys. Talk to you guys later. Bye-bye. Come pie. It's pie come. Come pie.